Only from set pieces, Villa managed to suggest the champions were edgy. But a break from defence calmed their anxiety. Gary Lineker flicked on and Graham Sharp showed the necessary persistence. Earlier, he'd signed a new 4-year contract. Once in the lead, Everton warmed to their task. Trevor Stevens' free kick created the chance. Gary Lineker took his 31st goal this season at the second opportunity. Everton 2, Aston Villa 0.
A chance here, he can knock it back. Riley came in and Riley makes it. But it may well have gone in off Radcliffe. But George Riley says that's mine. Heath is forward and Stephen, and they've made Watford pay for it. Well, it was all really because Trevor Stephen got the chance to play the 1-2 with Heath. Coton is furious, but it's 1-1. Heath. Oh, and he beat Jackett, but Jackett's got it back and given it away again, and Heath does well. But that has to go down as a defensive disaster. Jackett looked to have got it and lost it. And twice within a minute, Everton strike. And there hasn't been very much of that. Bailey. And Heath. And they've been made to pay for it again. And you have to say it again that Watford should have cleared it when they had the chance. And not only is that a bad goal to concede at any time, but it would be hardly possible to imagine a worse time than an injury time. The marvellous free-kick goal he scored in midweek. Callaghan got in, and it's there, and it will probably go down as an own goal, I think, by Derek Madfield. Mo Johnston went in with him. Steve Terry up there too. But it's 3-2. He includes clearing the ball at the earliest opportunity. No fancy stuff in their own 6-yard box, and Barnes has failed to clear, and Madfield has made him pay. Just the very point I was illustrating. And so Madfield equals his own books. He put one through his own goal, and now he's put one past Coton. Some sort of cross in, he can, and Callaghan! That is a lovely goal because it was superbly worked. Barnes down the left, and Callaghan did so well. And Blissett, one in each half, have had excellent chances to make it more for Watford, and Graham Sharp's got past Rostron and past Coton. And oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, it's 2 again they've got to find. Header beats Neville Southall's dive. Richardson. And Mr. Barrett, the referee, who was in the way, Lineker, and he's made it count. And the referee was in Neil Smiley's way as Gary Stevens fed Gary Lineker. And Everton are 1 in front on the stroke of half-time. Adrian Heath. Sharp is arriving like an express in the middle. Richardson. Here's Trevor Stephen. And again. Almost down to walking pace. Graham Sharp. And that is that. But he almost had it in slow motion. And it's 3 crucial points for Merseyside.
Afternoon, Jim. We had planned to be in the Everton Trophy Room this afternoon, but they're building an extension in there. The Championship trophy will actually be presented after this afternoon's game with Luton. And Howard, I think it's a nice touch, isn't it, that it's the traditional Championship trophy that was last presented here in 1970, the little lady on the top.
That's right, it's a tremendous trophy, and I mean, I think that although you're always grateful for sponsorships and people introducing new ideas to the game and trophies to the game, I mean, there's nothing like that League Championship trophy, and I'm delighted it's been brought out of the vaults at St Anne's, and we're going to be presented with it today.
Smashing. Now, look, when you won the title at Carrow Road on Monday with that Pat Van Den Houwe goal, was there a feeling at the end of relief as well as exultation, because you knew then that Liverpool couldn't catch you as they did last year?
Yeah, I think that if you looked at a disappointment, I mean, no players have had to suffer the disappointment that our players did last year. We were travelling back on the same plane as Liverpool from the final. We were touring the city with Liverpool. I mean, those players had to...
That shouldn't happen to anybody, should it, really?
It shouldn't, really, and I think it was an added spur, really, when we started the season. Right from day one in pre-season, you know, it was a case we can't let that happen again. We've got to go out and do everything possible that we can do to be successful again.
Was there ever a moment at all during the season when you had your doubts?
I think an important time was when Liverpool were 9 points clear and we had 2 games in hand. There's nothing like the points in the bag. And I felt at that time if we slipped again, then possibly we're out of our reach.
So was there one game then that you look back on during that little period where you think, well, you know, that really did it for us in a way, that spurred us on?
I think when you look back at it, the Arsenal result was a tremendous result because they were still in with a shout, and Wimbledon won at Anfield. And I think that weekend, I mean, you're starting to believe, hang on here, you know, they've lost at home, and we've had a tremendous result away from home.
Oh, he's giving it away, and Clark is there, and he scores! What a silly goal to give away, and what an opportunist first goal for Everton for Wayne Clark.
I suppose if there is one disappointment attached to winning the Championship, it must be that you're denied, yet again, the opportunity of competing in the European Cup.
That is desperately disappointing, and we earned that right a couple of seasons ago, and we were denied the opportunity to compete in what I believe is the #1 European competition. Again, we won the Championship, and there's no Europe. We just hope that the ban is lifted very, very soon, and we hope that we are champions when that ban is lifted. That would be the aim, because then we would be competing in what we feel is our right, really, after what we've done.
There have been little suggestions in the press this week that you could be opting for Europe anyway, and maybe, you know, moving off to
there's all kinds
wherever.
of speculations. I mean, I was so disappointed the other day. I mean, I pick up the newspapers, and there's all kinds of figures about contracts. It doesn't do anybody any favours. I mean, the chairman has hinted that he will be talking with me about an extension to my present contract, and I'll be delighted to talk to him.
So has this title possibly been the most satisfying achievement that you've had in football as a player and as a manager?
Yeah, I think that when you look back on it, the first one, people always turn around and say, well, you've got to regard the first one as the greatest achievement, and you'll always remember that one. I will. But when you look back at this season, I think that you can